Grand Rising, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in, come on. I've got intel. Recon is afoot. Come in. Hey, feel the energy, Big Cat. We're having a fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely time. The planetary energies are, as we kick our way into this glorious day, gifted to us by the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis. The moon enters Leo. Don't be afraid to express what's in your heart, darling dear. Don't be afraid. We feel everything can rise over here at the what? Big Cat Don't Get Smoked Central, darling dear. The moon opposes Pluto this morning. So set boundaries with anyone who is confrontational to you, darling dear. Someone that's being confrontational, listen, they didn't get the memo. They didn't understand that you've watched my Don't Get Smoked video. You've got 3 go-to moves. You understand light kung fu, right, and self-defense. And you've got nay. For those that don't understand communicative dance, darling dears. Yes. I told you, it's Rich White Lady season on Keitha as well as Malkuth. Listen, I'm in such a good mood. I'm telling you, I had to take a quick 24 hours to really mind my own business. I really had to try my best and I won. This bum. Easy, Nate. Listen, even my bat's jumping around behind me. A small argument today, darling dears. What's that on my lip? What's this? You know what it is? Listen, I was here drinking my mocha, and then I had the tin of shortcake biscuits. The shortbread ones. Listen, I thought, yeah, I'll just eat a quick 4. No one's gonna know, and I had it all over my cake hole when I came on live. Imagine that. You can't even cheat yourself these days, you know. The crumbs tell on you. The crumbs always tell. If not on your lips, it'll be on your hips, babe. Mocha sipped. Anyhow, like I said, a small little argument could turn into what? A furnace fire full of gasoline. So be sure to connect only with people who have good intentions for you, darling dears. That means it'll be a circle of 1 today. If you've got progeny, they'll barely be let in. If they're, listen, let's not talk about their rooms, right? We want our vibrations to be up. So be sure to only be around those that have good intentions for you. This evening is perfect for psychic work, darling dears. Get yourself into your lucid dreaming. Set your intentions just before you fall asleep. Have you been doing your manifestation with the 369? Think about that, darling dear. Think about your best move, right? Which is your next move. Every next move you take, Big Cat, is a best move. As long as you keep it, what? Moving. Yeah, you've got to keep it moving. As we call in the energies of what? Wisdom, guidance, and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers, and spiritual guides. From Keitha to Malkuth. Namaste. Energies. Up, Big Cat. I insist. Why? Their glass ceiling is your floor, blood. Imagine that. They're looking at nothing but cockalorum. Yeah. Their glass ceiling is your floor, darling dear. The hex that they sent your way fell back on they, them, and They still rely on Google spell, don't you know? Who left it on Google? This is what I want to know. Well, I didn't want to. I told you, I spent a quick 24 minding my own business and I won. So I think I'm going to mind my own business about that as well, because it's none of my business. Yeah. Don't force me to talk about it, big cat. Don't force me. Sometimes you guys make me talk about things I don't want to talk about. But then again, who gonna check me, boo? I'm a chatty cat. I told you. And today's fabulous. Why? Because you're a big cat. You are built for this shiznai. As we fast approach the last days of 2023, darling dears. 2022 into what? 2023. We're going from the 6 to the 7, darling dear. A highly spiritual number. But you have to be prepared. Have you been preparing your temple by eating the right things, cutting down on the fast foods that will take you straight to the graveyard, darling dear? As well as what? Drinking your water, getting your sea moss, getting your fluoride-free toothpaste, checking on the brushes, checking on the skin, the stuff that you're using, your deodorants and things like that. Take care of your temple, big cat. Take care of you, because I'm telling you, you don't have to have Megan Thee Stallion knees, but good God, you don't want to hoist every time you get up out of the chair. And God forbid you drop something on the floor. If it's a child, you'll be like, Mommy loves you, as you continue forward. You take care of yourself, right? And make sure you're taking your turmeric while you're at it. Yes. Right, let's dive in, darling dears. Because as I said, their glass ceiling is your floor and the hex fell back on them. Mad at you because you proved them wrong. Why? Because you did 3 things. What 3 things? I'll tell you, stop pushing me around. I told you I'm a pointer. You've got to take the right time to point it out. You did these 3 things, right? You didn't come back. You didn't fold. And you didn't look over your shoulder, all right? Because you understood when I told you about Lot's wife. No one wants, who wants to be Salt Bay? That's so 2020. Listen. And guess what, big cat? They hate your genitalia. Yes, them hate it. They hate it. They wish a pox on your genitalia, darling. There's why. Because some of them, those that had the good fortune of being allowed to slumber there, right? They can't get it again. They search high and low, darling dear, and good golly and gosh, these days it's about what? How low can you go? The hex fell back on them. They must live with it. They must live with it. Why? Because you've come off the field and gone into the barn and became a creatrix, big cat. Creating what? Many things. You've got a bag of tricks, and none of them include what? Bottom feeder, back tabber, hater. None of those things are in your bag, darling dear. Too busy packing it with what? Your infinite possibilities. Messing with you, darling dear, a chosen one, is bad luck. And they're realizing it slowly as what? Karma won't get up from their table. They've got the high level red leather boots on, darling dear. And they're just in all of their business. Karma's in all of their business. It's bad luck. God protected you from the person you thought you wanted. Why? You was a dummy bat. Listen, I told you, we're besties, darling dears. Right? I'm not telling you off, and I'm not picking on you. I'm pointing it out. I told you many times. I too was a dummy bat for 50 years, blood. That's over half of 100. What do you mean? And if I could undummy bat myself, right, and get great. Listen, big cat, we're besties. As I step up, you step up. You step up, I step up. It's about the link chain, darling dear. The chain of infinite possibilities. Once you recognize the divine being that you are, a spiritual being having this human experience, realizing what? Life is a game. Learn to play it, and only have checkmate, darling dear. Checkmate. Acting weird because they're jealous of you. They've got the envy and the hate. They're jealous, darling dear. They'll be calling you up over Crimbo season to see how you are. Listen. This is a personal safety announcement for anybody that knows me, right, that hasn't heard from me in a strong 12 months at least, right? Don't expect it. Don't be mad. I've got no time or energy or hairline for small talk. And no one asked me about my little this or my little that. Listen, big cat, big bow cha. Remember that? Remember I told you that, bestie? You must use these words. You are big bow cha. Yeah. You don't say here, you said cha. Yeah. Outrageous. They're jealous. Let them be jealous. Jealous till they turn themselves inside out, darling dear. That's their business. Why won't they stamp their foot in the floor like Rumpelstiltskin and disappear? Well, someone's got to clap. Better be them than you, big cat. Friends and family will turn on you. When you become successful, darling dear, as soon as they can smell it, it's like blood in the water, right? For them and their shark tails, darling dears. They see that you didn't come back, right? You need them for nothing. And you don't even speak about them, why? Because anybody you speak to at this stage of the game wouldn't give 2 figs or 1 good golly and gosh. You don't talk about the issues, the past, things that people done to you. Guess what? That's taking the poison and waiting for them to die. It'll never happen, big cat. And I'm not even gonna tarry on that too long because it's not gonna happen. Stay away from these cursed people, darling dear. You'll know it as you continue to raise your vibration, as you continue to ascend and step into your true life purpose on this Malkuth, darling dears. You'll be able to sense them before they even get out of their drudgerous bed in the mud hut. They can't walk in your shoes, darling dears, and they hate your genitalia. Yes, baby. Might as well chuck the eyelashes in while we're at it, as we don't get smoked or smoke ourselves. Mocha sipped. Right, let's press. Not yesterday, not last night, but the night before, I was sitting in here, right, and I just lit an incense stick, and for some reason, I don't know what was wrong with me, I didn't put it in the box. I just leaned it up against the box. And then Karma came in, right, and she just washed her hair, right, and I had to deal with it. Because I'm telling you, we can't just use Timotei in this household and wash and go. You have, for a child, you need to set aside a strong 3 to 6 hours. And to do my hair, I have to set aside a good 13 hours, especially if I'm putting plaits in it, right? So listen, she came upon me. She went and washed it without my authorization. I wanted her to wait till yesterday, right? So she come in. So when I was perturbed, I was pressed, I was pumped, I was all of the above. But I had to keep my upsettedness to myself because it's not her fault. It's my fault. I have to blame my punani. Listen, it was Skullduggerous back in the day. Chose the wrong ones, but none of them with good hair. I always told my mom, I will never forgive you. Why couldn't you marry an Asian man? What's the matter with you? You know, it's your fault. You know how much she's cost me in lace fronts? Listen, anyhow, I digress again. So I got up from the tableau, darling dears, forgot about the incense stick and went off to do her hair. When I came back 3 hours later, the incense stick had fallen off the side of the box, fell onto my table, right? Burnt a hole in my runner, the one that was wavy, right? Burned my table, darling dears. Listen, when I came, I was like, you know what? I need to be high to understand what's going on here. But there was no high to get to blood. I told you I had to put down the Mary Jane. Anyhow, yeah, all of this and that happened, all right? It's got nothing to do with the reading, but I told you, bestie, I was doing my best to mind my own business yesterday, so I couldn't tell you yesterday, so you're getting it today. Let's get the runestone and see what's going on, darling. I'm not lying. I burnt the table. Look. Look. Listen, if every time I look at you, right, I feel like turning the table into firewood, and then the neighbors will be calling all of the authorities on me, right? After I already told that lady to park that truck in her vagina, right? She'd be the first one on the blower, saying that I'm burning things in my garden. I'm gonna make friends with that elephant in India. Yes, and tell the elephant that she did something to it. Let's give it a good shufti. You've got a throuple, darling dears. This doesn't often happen with these ones. And it's all lined up. Your first rune, darling dears, leaning big cat. This is temperance, darling dear. Eros. Represented by the letter Y. You're going to be asking why. Why is these bottom feeders trying to infiltrate my cranium with fucking ease? Blood, brass, cistrine, I told you. Many will try to be confrontational to you today. Why? Because it's you, big cat. You draw eyes. I told you you're a divine child when you step into the room. Anywhere you step, darling, it's like God called you in there. What do you mean? All eyes on you. I told you someone's got to clap, darling dear. Better than you. They're going to try it with you, darling dear. But this also speaks about what? Bringing your own defense mode in, darling dear. I don't say be defenseless. And I did not say not to say what you've got to say, especially if someone's trying to be confrontational. But you have to understand, karma is always on the tableau for everyone, darling dear. Not every battle must you attend. It speaks about the protection that you're being gifted by your ancestral team at this moment in time. And it's again more motivation for you to what? Sock it to 'em, Scotty. Yeah. Getting great, darling dear. This is about your management of your monies, your time, your energy, as well as your peace, darling dear. Peace which can't be bought or bartered. No, it can't. Represented by the number 56, 57, 58, and 59. The temperance also speaks about a secret admirer. Possibly someone that you're going to tell to what? I'd rather cut up my punani, right, with a rusty knife and let a marga dog drag it away before I consider you as a beau. Well, you better tell them in a better way, darling there. Because I told you, someone wants all the smoke with you, especially if you turn them down today in any way. Oh, love it. I don't hate it. You also have Jera, darling dears. It's fantastic. Jera is represented by the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. It's also a 10, darling dear. The 10 is about what? It's about completion and ending of a cycle. Something is about to be shown to you again. Something is coming back into your life, being recycled back. Right? I told you the devil's got an opportunity to play with a big cat just before you're about to be blessed again. Don't be tempted to repeat old cycles. As I already said, we understood exactly what Lot's wife went through and why she's a pillar of salt. This is why we're taking it under advisement, darling dear. Let's learn from her mistake, eh? Don't look back. They're your ex for a reason. Don't turn it into another why. Jera also speaks about foreign people as well as foreign travel as well as foreign places, darling dears. This is about a new opportunity coming your way as well. It also speaks about your health. Some of you are going to be having an upturn in your health. It speaks about some kind of a gift or generational wealth. It could be an inheritance, something that's left you, or someone that's gambled. A gamble, it could be a monetary gamble or a gamble or a risk that you took, darling dear. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is smiling at you, darling dear, in the upright. Fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. Pardon me, that was a spiritual belch because I speaks the truth. Pinkies up. Jera is represented by the letter J, the number 40, 41, 42, and 43, darling dear. It also speaks about what? This is about you keeping your expectations high. Why? Abundance is about to be blessed on you, darling dear. As always, that's all you do, big cat. All you do is win. Your name is abundance and advancement and not coming back, blood, bra, or cistrine. I told you, they're weird, they're mad, and they're left behind. Now it's got me stuttering. Because there was a damn fool. This is the fool. It's manners. But the fool card in tarot on its face. Someone who is what? Sly. They thought they was slickiana, darling dears. They thought they could play in your life when you are about to say checkmate yet again, big cat. Imagine that. Someone that's repeating negative cycles. Someone who is what? Been around many. They've been around, darling dear. They've put themselves about. they're very fast. A fast man or a fast woman, they're not loving the choices that they made, darling dear. Especially when you're looking shining in front of them. Wheel of Fortune, 10, they would love to try again. I told you someone or someone's is going to try and recycle themselves over Crimble. You better get your what? Your third eye buffed up to a bitchin' shine, darling dear. Remember, you are not only the table, you are the invitation, you are the after what coffee and mint, darling dear. You're the ride home back to the what palace, you're everything. As you add tax, darling dears. Somebody is feeling extremely distressed and distraught over you, darling dear. Yes, they are. They're all up in arms, right, by themselves. They're still living a reckless life. They're not taking care of their health. They're amongst unhealthy people, darling dear, and everyone around them is a taker, taking whatever they can. This person or people are afraid of the unknown. Some of them are taking it up the Watusi in negative relationship cycles that is on the rinse and repeat. It's more out of what? Unable to trust in themselves and what? Face their shadow side and what? Come out of the mud hut and go into the light. Well, guess what? They're not doing it. And they hate your guts, darling dears. They wish very many bad things to befall you. But every time they wish these bad things, darling dears, on a chosen one, bad luck finds their address. Why don't they what? Pause or chill it, blood? It's not working. Oh, I didn't tell you. Manas, darling dears, represented by the letter M, as well as what? The numbers 4, 5, 6, and 7. And again, this person is extremely manipulative person or people. They're able to manipulate the feeble-minded simpletons around them, but they can't manipulate you. Why? Because you're gone, blood. Your floor is their glass ceiling. They can't understand how comes you are still what? Rising to the top. They're not meant to understand, darling dear. They're meant to watch and clap quietly. Yeah. Right. Oh, I forgot to put the thing up. Let me get the thing. There it is. Yeah. Nearly burned down everything. Just like the car was not meant to crash with me in it, and my house wasn't meant to burn down and it destroy all of my cards. I'm being protected, darling dears. But it's also a reminder, what? Don't light an incense stick and leave it on the side while you go to deal with your daughter's hair for 3 hours. Bad things will happen. I realize this now. I won't make the same mistake twice. Right, let's get a deck. Oh no, we've got to go to your ancestral message. We're going to use the gods and goddesses, the soul cards, or African goddess rising for your ancestral message. 1, 2, or 3. Good morning, Bonita Ballerina, my dancing cat. You'll say number 1. Okay then. Bonita was quick off the mark. Keyboard gangster and all that. Pinkies up. Base of your deck, darling dear, choose your path. It's the guardian of direction. You have to understand, once you become the observer of your thoughts, darling dears, and realize that not every one of the thoughts you are having is fact. And sometimes what? It's coming from outside of your whole being. Why? Somebody is still what? Spiritually connected to you, darling dear, even if you've cut the soul tie. Why? They've built on what? They didn't get better, they got more bitter. Imagine that. They are entrenched in bitterness, where you are given direction, north, south, east, or west, darling dear. Only you will know best where is what fitting for someone of your personage and status, darling dear. This also speaks about movement. Somebody's going on a journey, right? This is also reminding me of the world card. Yes, baby, because the world card is represented by the fixed signs Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Everything is here for all of that, darling dear. I love it. I don't hate it, but I love it. A new beginning. A change someone didn't want to happen, darling dear. Well, it's here. You're already at the new stage in your life. And it speaks about spying.com. You're being watched still. They're watching, they're hating, they're salvating. Good golly and gosh, they've got all of that going on. Instead of tending to their own astroturf, what's the matter with them? Isn't the adversity and tragedy that's befalling them making all of these hardships? Haven't they got things to work with and to focus on? Right? You've got the sage. Be devoted and committed to getting great, being a better cat than you was the day before. We also see what? The peacock feather. I have them over every one of my doorways of my domicile. Anybody that comes into my home, once you cross over into my home, right? Whatever badness was on you, it's left outside. And when you leave, you pick it right back up. So you don't need to leave nothing behind, darling dear. The peacock feather is very important for protecting your home. It also is what? A call to write a journal, darling dears. Some of you need to write down these ideas that are coming towards you. You are futuristic thinking. We also see a lot of the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is about your creativities, as well as what? Sexual passion. Somebody's going to be sending you a message, darling dear, from the other side. You're saying, what other side? No, not the side where you go when you pass on, darling. I mean down the flipping road. Someone who's not allowed to come over. Yeah, you're going to get a message. Present energy. Always pay attention to where their eyes are. This is how your face is going to be when you see the message. As you read the message in airplane mode and leave it unread, blood, let it go back to the bowels of hell from whence it came. This is also about you what? Understanding. Many will try to what? Test your power to see if they can take you off your trolley. Remember what I said, darling dear. You choose your battles. Not every battle must you attend. They are confrontational because there's something inside of them that needs to heal. And your good luck, your good grace, your good looks, right, and your moving in silencio is getting what? Is irritating their demons. Your light, your good is irritating their demons. And I told you already, they hate your genitalia on top of that. Yeah, how about that? The one thing you are sure to take with you everywhere you go, they hate it. Come on, one more card, please. One more message for the big cats. Thank you. We've also got what? The Shaolin Master, reminding you of the 3 go-to moves. It says what? Be graceful in movement and action, darling dear. Big cat, you are dexterous. Remember, anything that falls into your path at this moment in time is a lesson for you to learn from, darling dear. And the lesson is what? There is no spoon. You are a creatrix. You are the one creating your life, darling dear. The Shaolin Master understands how to what? How to master energy, darling dears. Use your energy, direct your intentions to what you want to be what? Manifested in your hemisphere. This is about you understanding the energy that you command, and this is why so many of they, them, and don't like you, darling dear. You are a different type of person. Unfortunately for them, they didn't understand that you was a big cat, and crossing you was bad luck. And then they doubled down with a hex, darling dear. Look at your ancestors, they was just waiting for them to come. This is looking like sacral chakra again. Again, it speaks about your self-confidence, your self-worth, darling dear. Some of them tried to what? Put a hex on your genitalia, because the sacral chakra covers sexuality and sex, darling dear. They wanted to stop your clock. They didn't want you to be broken off again. They didn't want... Listen. Yeah, you get the drift, don't you? But you're being protected by the young and the old. Ancestors that were of all ages, darling dears. It's not just one particular set. Some of you need to start, or you've started taking some form of self-defense class. It was the best thing you could have ever done. The first 21 days of it, you are not in a row, but doing it over 21 days is going to be the hardest. Once you get past that part, right, it'll be like eating, blinking and breathing. You won't even notice it. Why? Because you'll be looking forward to it, because your body will immediately start to interact with the new exercise regime that you've taken on, darling dear, and it will automatically start changing immediately. You're going to find how you're able to watch, shape and ship out before you even know it. You haven't even got to work out as hard as you did before. Why? You are walking in the light, darling dear, and you've got to stay what? Strong of body, so you can continue to soak it to them, Scotty. What else does your ancestors want you to know? The arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. I told you. Someone wants it with lean blood. They want to catch you barking at passing cars or cause you to bark at passing cars. Set your intentions, darling dears. And as I said, this evening is the perfect time for what? Psychic dreaming. Set yourself up for a lucid dream, darling dear, so you can ask your higher self who this person is and what do they want. You're not here alone, darling dear. You have so many skills, untapped, unused. Use them. But remember, when using your skills and your psychic gifts, harm to none. I can't reiterate on that enough. Harm to none. No matter what they did to you, darling. No matter what they tell you or did, right? It doesn't matter. They was meant to do what they did so you can be the cat that you are today, darling dears. And if you're still crying, hey, please, put me on pause. Go straight to the mirror. Look deep into your eye chakras and then slap the shiznai out of yourself until blood and spittle flies. And if you're still crying, give yourself a quick backhander. Then wash your face like David, right, and come back. I don't mind falling out with you for a bit, just so you can get some clarity in your cranium. You can't be crying over another human being when you've got a purpose to be doing. Good golly and gosh. Perish the fault, the effrontery of it. Listen, I'm telling you off in a posh way today. I told you, I don't want to fall out of you, but if you're crying over someone, go and box the shiznai out of it. Box yourself up. What do you mean? But don't punch yourself in the eye. The panda bear look is so 20. Was it 2000? Yeah, we're not having it. Right. Let's carry on. At a hot trot. Base of the deck. The seeds you sow, darling dear. This is about future investment. Some of you are still waiting on the right partner. I keep telling you, stop waiting on people to enter your life. Alright, your picker is off. I don't care how long you've been celibate. I don't care how much shadow work you've been doing. Your picker is off. Right, I'm your best friend. Take it. Just don't question me. Don't stop it. Stop arguing with me. Right? Your picker is off. Continue to focus on your health. Pentacle is in the upright. Building your empire, darling dears. Looking for that new job. Taking that higher education. Educating others. Many of you are in the medical field, darling dears. Yes, think about branching off into entrepreneurship. Understanding the seeds you sow now, well, what your future self will thank you for. But you have to what? Start, darling dears. Make an investment in something new. Or if you've got a hobby, make it into what? Another stream of income. When you come here, we discuss things like getting great and multiple streams of income. And we do never, ever, ever seek revenge. No, babe. The best revenge is a well-lived lifeblood. Live your life like it's golden. Continue to make the right investments. You will reap what you sow, darling dears, but it's not for the faint-hearted. It's about understanding the lesson in every situation and realizing those that come to trigger you, darling dear, they're already triggered. Just imagine they're triggering you. Just imagine what it's like living in their cranium. Imagine that. You're just getting that outer hemisphere. It's like someone farting over there and you get the back wind, but it doesn't linger. Yeah. They've got a constant fart going off in their cranium. What's this? Yeah, oh, look at this. I told you it was someone from the past. Could have been married to this person, long-term situation, a friend. It could have been someone from work because the Hierophant also represents work. This person is going from karma. I told you they hate your genitalia, they hate it. They would love for your panani to drop out or your scrotum to be knocking on your kneecaps, blood. Yeah, I got to get graphic with it. They want you ill, sick and twisted. But when God say yes, no one can say no. They have to fall back, darling dear, in the what? The presence of a divine child. This is wisdom, darling dear. You did things by the book, even though you didn't know you was doing it, darling dear. But you paid attention to your intuition and you moved along scot-air. This is why the judgment is here. Because someone wants to be Mac the knife in your life. I told you, they want to do the oochie coochie coochie walk back into your life, right? With a little what? They'll have one of those little bags. I call them the whore bags. Because, listen, don't you see them little handbags some of them girls have got? The handbag ain't that bigger than, it's this small. It can't even fit their whole phone in it. But it can fit condoms in it, right? Yeah? They come in with a little tiny bag, but when you pull the clasp on that bag, there's a whole lot of lata in that bag that you're not prepared for. It'd be like the Raiders of the Lost Ark. You remember when they opened the Ark and Indy told that lady, close your eyes, didn't look. Nah, babe, you're gonna wish you closed your eyes and didn't look. Leave them where they are. Because all they got is what they want to come and lay the pipe or give you that black hole of Calcutta. You don't want it. It's filled with consequences. Even the leaves are trying to escape. This is not a situation for you. Right? What's this? Best off by yourself, bad alone, says Shensia. Solo dolo, like the boys or girls on the pole. The Two of Pentacles speaks about you're going to have to make a choice as well, possibly between two or more, darling dears. Could be a person, a place, or a thing. But this is also what? Can't you see the tights of the red root chakra? You've already created stability within your own self and your life, darling dear. You've matured and you are manifesting. You understand how to manifest, darling dears. The best way to manifest is not to talk about something bad that's going on in your life. Right? You're calling more upon yourself, blood. Because you are single, darling dears, because anything that went on in your life, you didn't let it break you, right? Somehow you was able to turn your back. It made it seem as though you're in the middle of a tsunami, but there was peace around you, but everything else is what? Falling down. You made the right choice, and you will be making a choice going forward between two or more people, places, or things. Divine wants you to weigh up your choices and make sure that you have full intel before you commit your signature. Your signature is worth more than diamonds and gold, darling dears. I told you about the straw man. I told you to go and watch the show, buy the book, right? So you can understand why your signature is so expensive and dear. Get this book. I told you. I decided when I bought the book, I thought, right, I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to read a bit before I go to sleep, before I say goodnight to God. By the time I got into page 4, I had to untuck myself from under my duvet, go back into my office, sit in a straight back chair, right, turn the spotlight on the book and put the book on the book rest, the rack. Yeah, pissed me off, right? But it's the truth. I had to walk through it with my highlighter pen, darling dear. Get this book and understand whom you are and how much weight your signature carries, especially as we've got the British Prime Minister and practically everyone else telling us that we're all going towards the central bank, where all of our money is going to be online. The best thing for you to do is, if you've got money, more than £10,000 in the bank, get yourself a cold wallet, a Bitcoin cold wallet. I'm not going to tell you which one I am using. You find out for yourself. Because I told you, I will point you to information, but you have to be the keyboard gangster. Ignite your own gray matter cells, darling dears. Find the knowledge for yourself. If you've got more than £10,000 in the bank, make sure that you get it into a cold wallet in whatever Bitcoin wallet you feel is safe for you. You find the right one for you. Okay, no one's paying me to promote it, so I ain't saying shit. Right? Me no, shut up. Yeah. But like I was saying, because there's going to come a point, right, where everybody's all in on it, right, and they'll be able to freeze your money in the bank. Imagine that. If they see from your bank account, which is online, that you've gone to a certain area, they'll be able to freeze your money, so you can't go to that area again. Or if they see you buying too much of a particular food, they will freeze your money. Benefits, people that are getting pensions. Listen, don't think your pension is safe. Get yourself a cold wallet, darling dear. One that no governmental agency can touch. And buy yourself some gold and silver coins, and don't even tell yourself where you hide them in your house. Tell no one nothing. Not even me. Move in silence, darling dears. Clarify the Hierophant card, please. 137 in the chat. Please hit the thumbs up button. Yeah. Because what you wanted in that situation was not for you. They didn't wish well for you, darling dear. They wanted you to fail. This is someone that thought, you wouldn't bounce back. They hexed you with sometimes the hex that they gave you, darling dear, it wasn't something they physically done. It was something that was already on them. A generational curse. Being brought up by a narcissist, a sociopath, or just or just being straight up psychopath, darling dear. Yes, all of this and that. What they wanted for you, darling dear, they're not happy because you managed to turn your life around. They can't walk in your shoes. They wouldn't have been able to bear what they put on you to bear, darling dears. And they wouldn't have put up with what you put up with when them and was around you. These back front neck tabbing snakes, straight up to slithering from the crevice of the devil's balls. If they hit you up over Crimbo, they must hit the road, just like Jack. In the name of the Most High, don't let that pestilence cross your threshold. They don't mean you well, darling dear. You won't be able to what? Freely eat or drink in their presence. Remember, they don't wish you well. And your money's looking good. You left with minus nothing, and now your nothing has turned into something. Imagine that. What's this judgment card about? Why is the judgment card? Yeah! Because they might go through it. I told you the hex fell back on them. They can't eat, they can't sleep. They're depressed, pumped and perturbed, crying into their fist and wondering how comes their life is such a drudgerous mistake. Well, it's got nothing to do with their mother and father and their procreation, darling dear. It's them. They're the reason why they're crying into their fist, their attitude, their words. This person never felt, how can I put it? They felt it was below them to really give you your due diligence while you was there, give you the flowers that you truly deserved. And now they're what? An ex-friend, ex-family member, ex-colleague. And in some of you, it's an ex-workplace, darling dear. You was the wind beneath their wings. Now that you're gone, it's an issue and a problem and a problem and an issue. Why are they crying into their fist now? Because they're living amongst what they used to, what they called in, what they brought into your life. Confusion, fighting, always in competition with others in competition with them. The gossiping, don't let me talk about the gossiping. They can't tell no one around them nothing. This is someone that's going mad in their mind because they got to keep it to themselves. Because why? They put this 5 on you, darling dear. They said you did this and that. It's your fault. But when you managed yourself and you turned around, right, in your Wonder Woman kind of a big cat way, right, bent the matrix and you still go on, come through Celine Dion, posh clap, right? They're still going through Guantanamo Bay, blood. What's going on? It can't be you, big cat. How now, brown cow? Outrageous. They're going through confusion, fighting, and they've got no one to tell. And they're coming with a cup of opium. This is someone that took your business, used your emotions against you, darling dears. Why? You was the power grid, the energy. You was the plug-in. You was the go-to person for everything, darling dear. They drained your emotions and took it and gave it to another. And this rusty cup's been around the world and aye. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I had to take that from my tummy bottom. What's going on here? And the rock. Oh, hell, double hell, hexation. No. Do we have time for petty, big cat? I'm not even waiting for it yet. This is Jazz. This is Belle. Not only are they mad, not only is your floor their glass ceiling, darling dear. Not only do they hate your genitalia, them have no pentacale. No pentacale, none. Not a bean. This is someone going through cognitive dissonance, gifted onto themselves by their own ministrations. This is someone that went into a situation where they chose a partner who had them in competition with whom they truly wanted. This is someone who's realized that their partner they found is cheating on them. This is somebody dealing with a bottom feeder who can't believe anything that anyone tells them. Imagine that. They're the liar, the airbender is amongst liars and airbenders. Riddle me this. Then don't have it. They're broke. They need to go and get themselves a job outside the train station selling matchsticks. This is also bad health. This is the loss of a job, darling dear. Yes. This is debt on Keitha as well as Malkuth. This is the proverbial kick in the what? Proverbial nutsack on a daily basis. They can't steal from Peter to pay Paul. Why? Because Peter come with a ninja suit, right? And Peter ain't having it. They're going for a lot of what? Hockey sticks at dawn. This is the rocks of life. Listen, and they want to come to your house. Hey, listen, they want to come around you, right? You who's been gifted with a new outlook on life, you who's looking fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely, you who's understand or understood the assignment that no one's coming to save you, blood, brah, or sister, you who put your back into it, you that's been working all hours, you've been working like an elf, right? An elf. To get great, darling dear, and you are still thinking that you've gotten nowhere. Good God, look where they are, and look where you are. Them, you, them, you. Your name is he, she, him, he. You ain't got no first name. They used to call you everything but a child of God, but now your name is her, he, him, she. Yeah. Always on the tip of their tongue, always telling people that you was the aggressor in the situation, that you're a liar, that you was the one that took from them, but yet they've got nothing solid to prove their point. None. And they want to come back like Mac the Knife for one more round, Julie, with whatever you've got on your tableau. Hey, I think not. Well, you can do what you like, big cat. I told you. I'm not a picker, I'm a pointer. So if you take them back, whether it's a friend, a family member, going back to an old workplace, even though you see the Wheel of Fortune, even though you see your ancestors, way shows, and spiritual guides protecting you, right? You better watch out, because this is Folio, right? With a whole new bag of tricks for you. Clarify the Ace of Wands. Thank you. Your ancestral team ain't ramping. The journey was hard, darling dears, but expect many more miles to go before you sleep, because you're not ready to sleep. I'm not ready to sleep. I'm not. I'm not talking about the sleep we have to do every night, darling dear. I'm talking about the full sleep, right? I've got too many things to do, darling dear. I've got too many matrices to bend. I've got too many things to do. I'm going to outlive them all. We all are big cats, so we can sock it to them. Yes, this and that. This is also a reminder, darling dears, even though you're working, you're bringing in the pentacles, you've got your multiple streams of income. It's about you conserving what? Your pentacles, darling dears. Don't be doing it on wasteful spending, right? And if you're saving money, get yourself a cold wallet. Go to your keyboards, big cat, and find the best one for you. I know which one I'm using, and I'm not going to tell you to use the same one as mine, because I want you to find your own shiznai. Use your intuition, use your powers to bring you to what's right and true, and don't waste your time, darling dear, and energies on relying on someone else's what? Recon. Find your... It's not a code, a cold, C-O-L-D, a cold wallet. That a cold wallet is something that the government can't touch, because I'm telling you, things are about to get wickeder. People think the cost of the gas and oil in the UK is high now. Wait till 2 months' time. I'm telling you, I don't understand it, right? I was watching the news the other day, and I saw, right, what is he, the president of China, right? He never leaves China, blood. The only time that brother leaves China is when he's going to do a big deal. That's a shoe-in, right? He left there and flew all the way to Saudi Arabia, right? To sign a deal with the Saudi Arabians, right? So China, who's best friends with Russia, remember, right? They get on with the people in South Korea, and now China and the Saudis are all together, right? The UK and the USA thought they could go like this, right, to Russia and cut Russia off. This is why they're charging us so much money on everything. It's always the little guy that's got to pay for it, while the rich are getting richer. This is outrageous. big cat, but you've got to get cerebral with this. You have to protect your kingdom anyhow, right? So now, here what? The USA was warned against putting sanctions against Russia, which they did, right? The UK thought they could sanction Russia, which it did. Russia's got the best nuclear weapons in the world. They spend their time refitting that shit, right? Not only that, Russia is besties with China. China don't like the USA. I saw a picture of the Chinese president one day, right? When Trump was still in and they were supposed to shake hands. Trump was leaning forward to shake like this. This is how the Chinese president was shaking his hand. His hand was just out like he didn't even turn his body, right? He don't like USA, right? So now, for us in the UK to get gas and oil, we've got to get it from all the way over in the USA, shipped to us, darling dear. Now just imagine how much money that costs, right? And we've got to pay for it. So that's why I took it upon myself to find out how much a barrel of oil costs, which is $72.80. And Russia now has what, a $60 cap on its oil because he's got so much of it, right? That he can afford to send it, sell, and make the most money. So they've put a cap on it, darling dear. So now, listen. I had to get off of my soapbox then, because I told you I've got a lot going on. That's why I had to spend some time yesterday minding my own business. However, the next thing and last thing I will say about this subject, if you know someone that happens to have an oil refinery lying around somewhere, right, and the means for international shipment of oil, right, let me know, right, because I will buy the first barrel. If you know that they got someone, they got oil refinery lying around, hit me up in the Gmail. I will answer you immediately. Anyhow, yeah, they're saying, worry not, my child. Everything is in hand. The temperance is again about your time management. What are you spending your time on, darling dears? This better not be what? In an indecisive state. Divine is gifting you with all you need at this moment in time. Why? Because divine is making room for what you want. Clarify the temperance. Look. Because the blood pocket is in their page. Pwah! If this ain't your progeny blood. If you allow this energy into your life, this is what your life is going to be like. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah. You will have to come out of the barn and go back onto the field. What's this? Listen. The amount of injustices that will be perpetrated against you if you allow this toxic cycle to be resurfaced. When you see the new perspective, or you shouldn't have done that shit, right? It can't be too late. You'll either be in prison or at the hospital, darling dear. The hangman represents both. Let me tell you something. Or maybe even the graveyard. It might be the final. It might be your final rodeo. What's all of this about? What? Free virtual girl flirts? Let me tell you something. Moderators, please silence all of that fucking ease in the comments. Thank you. Outrageous. But the injustices that they wanted against you, darling dear, they have to rock that shit. Right, hangman. They're being kept in what? The waiting room of what? Skullduggery, darling dears, and the rocks of life. Hold on a minute. The hangman also speaks about depression. Somebody feels like taking themselves out. They feel like their life has no purpose because they haven't got you to F with. Imagine that. Hey, they better find a new purpose, right? Because you have someone who's like the King of Cups, or maybe it's you. It's a reminder of you to what? Manage your emotions, darling dears. Anyone that gets into your emotions is your king. If they can make you angry, it's your king. If they can decide whether you're happy or sad, they're your king. Master your emotions. The King of Cups doesn't have the time to tussle. The King of Cups uses emotional maturity. This is about what? Where you spend your energies, darling dears. You have to go to situations where there are equal give and take, not those just waiting to take from you at every stage of the game. The game where you're supposed to say checkmate. And as I called it, here it is. The Wheel of Fortune on the card and the Rune, darling dear. What's the odds on that? a new beginning for you, darling. There's some of you are about to buy a mobile home or actually be moving home, and it speaks about moving on the GPS. You're going to a whole different to what you're used to, darling dears, but it's going to be the best move. This is where you're going to settle. This is where you're going to build from, darling dears. A new beginning. It could also be a new business or a revamping of your business. Your higher education. The Wheel of Fortune is represented by Jupiter as well as fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It speaks about cycles or cycling. Somebody's starting to do cycling. It also speaks about what progress. Someone has made some progress, darling dear. It was all part of your evolution to realize that a good outcome will come once you realize that you are able to what? Be independent and freestanding, free living, darling dear. You had to understand or remember that you was always the big cat. You was always the baddest of them all. But being around the wrong energies, darling dears, it was what a stumbling block for a time. They are trying to wish the most wickedness on you when divine says you must have the Wheel of Fortune. What are they saying? What time is it? Oh, good golly and gosh, you didn't tell me the time is nearly finished. I can be such a chatty cat, big cat. And I hadn't even got to the rest of the cards I wanted to talk about. I wonder if I should make this into another video. Cut it short, give you a breather, give you a chance to go away and get great. I'm going to cut it right here. 171 in the chat, darling dears. I'm going to head over to Patreon. So follow me over there in about an hour. So let me finish out the read. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Cat, cat. Cat, cat. And for those following me for the extended read, see you in the Patreon, darling dears. Big cat wave! Until we meet again! Cat, cat!